One of the most frequent questions that I get asked in my everyday life, why didn't you play college basketball?
So I met Tristan by going to his house and we recorded a song. We dropped it that night and we just continued to be friends after that.
So me and Tristan met when we were playing second grade basketball on the Heat.
He was going to the gym all the time, just grinding basketball constantly. So
I remember we're talking about basketball and he mentioned that he wanted to start waking up early and that he was transferring to Tremper.
So it was about sophomore year in high school. I really started taking basketball seriously. I just transferred from a private school to a public school.
And that he wanted to play with these better players and try to get more exposure for college. And I was like, bet we should start working out. Next thing you know, we're waking up at 4:45 in the morning.
Wake up at 4:45.
Going to the Tremper gym every single day before school, just putting up shots, doing drills, getting our handles right. And this was like an everyday thing.
So we went to this gym all the time. I'm talking, we would be there from 10, because we would sneak in literally 5 minutes before this gym would close. We had to sneak in, we would go hide upstairs. We're at a college, by the way. We would hide upstairs in like the ballet room or something like that. And we would literally just sit there until everyone left except the janitors. And we would be there and literally we'd walk down, try to make sure no one's there, we have to be all cautious and stuff. So we would go in there and we would just do these layups over and over and over.
I was never the greatest at basketball, but I always just loved the hard work. For Tristan, the man was just naturally talented. He was really good at basketball for whatever reason. I can't even say genetics, it was just talent and hard work.
My sophomore year, I started varsity as the point guard, and that was a big leap for me, but I put in a lot of work to get there.
We both had this mindset where it was we wanted to do more.
He started getting really good. He was just, for whatever reason, crazy quick. Tristan really started gaining exposure after crossing up one of his teachers.
Just think about how lucky that is. You cross your teacher, happens on film when you're smart enough to know how to push that video. Telling people oh bro, go like this, blow it up, blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. Telling people to blow it up, and that shit just blew up, and then everyone caught it
And that video went viral.
He was posted by ESPN, World Star, House of Highlights, all these big Instagram accounts.
And I remember it kept going and Tristan was just going viral all the time, dude.
He started doing all these crazy tricks shots. He became more than just that person playing basketball.
He was popping in Kenosha. Even if you know what I'm saying, he even had haters before YouTube. It was crazy. That's how much people knew him in Kenosha.
So my junior year summer, I finally got on a good AAU team that was playing every weekend in front of college coaches. This is what I've been grinding for. This is what I've been working for. I wanted to go out and just try to get some college offers, get them on the table.
And Tristan talked to, it was a Division I school, and they made him an offer. And Tristan was totally blown away, and he called me, and Dad, he's going, he can't believe, I got a Division I offer to play college basketball, and I'm just wow,
I picked up my first Division I offer to Elkhorn State.
That was his goal. He worked his whole life so that he could literally just go to college, get that scholarship, and he had that scholarship, and he was super grateful for it and super excited to go to school as well. But that's when I started to tell him, it was shortly after that, I was like, bro, you gotta make a YouTube channel. That was the thing that changed everything. We were in there filming YouTube videos constantly, dude, and People made fun of the idea of it all the time.
We were literally filming on an iPhone. I was editing on the iPhone on iMovie.
His first video did well for being his first video. I can't even remember how many views it had. It definitely wasn't a lot, but he had less than 1,000 subscribers.
I don't know, like a lot of people were telling him to do YouTube. A lot of people were telling him to go to college.
It really felt like we were doing something right, and it felt like he was on the right track, and he really quickly gained traction with it.
Like he had such a big image in his head for how small he was at the time. Realistically, no one starts here and takes one big step and all of a sudden they're here. There is no overnight success. This man had planned out everything from step one all the way to step where he's at now.
And the whole time, I know it was in the back of his head like, man, I got this full ride.
I didn't want to commit to a school right away because I felt like I wanted to pick up more offers to have options to, see what was the best fit for me.
This is what like your family wants you to do. They want you to go to college, get that full ride, and like just be successful in like the regular way, because that's the way that your family's gonna be comfortable.
I ended up picking up another offer from Southern Utah, and that's where my 2 Division I offers come to an end.
So then when it came down to going to college, he decided that he didn't want to do NCAA basketball because he couldn't do YouTube videos. And so he started looking at NAIA. A coach from Arizona came and watched him play a couple games, and they really liked Tristan, and so they made him an offer. He accepted.
Towards the end of my senior year of high school, I called up the coaches and I committed to Ottawa University. After visiting and everything, I really want to come play for you guys and I want to commit.
Yeah, that's awesome news, man.
He became more and more interested in doing YouTube. I mean, he flew out to Arizona. He saw where he was going to be staying. They had apartment-style dorms. They were totally cool. He would have been staying with like 3 other roommates, and it was, I don't know, I was happy for him.
And his coach was saying like, practice is the priority. You need to like make sure you're at every single practice, every single game. Like, you can't be skipping this stuff. Tristan was like, well, I might miss out on a couple big opportunities for myself if I'm going to every single of these practices.
I don't know, I just had this weird feeling in the back of my head like, damn, like, do I want to go anymore? Like,
I'm pretty sure it was either the same day or the next day. It was like 3 days before he was supposed to go. Told his coach he can't go anymore.
I remember he called me up and he said, Dad, and he goes, Dad, he goes, I really don't want to go away to college and play basketball. So, it kind of broke my heart.
I got everybody in my ear telling me, you need to go to college, you need to get an education, you have a scholarship, $38,000 a year, it's being paid for, you need to go. But in the back of my head, I just really wasn't feeling it anymore.
He was stressing about this, as anyone would, because it's like, I have this huge opportunity. Like, he was so grateful and he worked so hard to get this scholarship.
I was mind blown. I was like, how, like, you can just like be like, all right, I'm doing YouTube.
I'm like, this is a $38,000 a year school, and I says, you're gonna be, starting point guard as a freshman at this brand new school.
It was crazy to me, because for me, I was sitting there thinking the whole time, I was like, man, I don't even want my best friend to leave. Like, I don't want him to go to Arizona, because then I'm like, who do I work with? Like, this is our thing, like, we grind. And like,
I talked to my mom, she was confused. I told a lot of people, and a lot of people at that moment disagreed with me and were against me. Family members, friends, close family friends, whatever.
If he went back through his phone, you'd probably find screenshots or old posts that people will post talking about how he's not going to do anything. He's big-headed, he's cocky or whatever. I mean, it wasn't cocky, it was confidence.
I tried talking to him, but, hey, you think about this more. And he's like, I have been thinking about it. I'm just like, well, let me think about it, because I don't know what to say at the moment.
It's so hard to do something that no one understands yet. denying a full ride to school is extremely hard on someone's mental when the other thing that you're about to do is simply just not guaranteed at all. Like, the YouTube thing, dude, it could have failed. 100% could have failed.
He always had a good handle on everything, and I'm just like, you know what? I mean, if this is what he wants to do, you know, this is what he can do. He can always go back and just go to college someplace and do a walk-on. I called him back up and I said, you know, if this is what you really want to do, I said, go for it.
It's so much, bro. There's actually, no, I'm thinking about, bro. There was hella people down Tristan. Hella. Like, even some, like, family type shit, like, motherfuckers was like, I even had some doubt.
The hardest decisions, if not the hardest decision he's ever had to make.
How am I gonna go to college, work on the YouTube channel, have practices and games, do homework, which I already don't like doing homework.
So I can remember a lot of people just either calling me up on the phone, mad because, you know, they've talked to him and he said, well, you know, my dad said it's okay. And so then I'm getting phone calls from other people, you know, saying, well, what are you doing? Why are you letting him make his own decisions? And I'm like, well, for the most part, I said, we've always let Tristan make his own decisions. It's like I said, within reason.
Looking back at it, it was the right decision to not go, but at the time, you call anyone stupid for doing that. And it's like, you have 1,000 subs on YouTube. You really think you're gonna make it?
Like, education simply can't replace happiness. It's that simple. And the fact that he was willing to put himself out there and go against what so many people said and fully take advantage of the opportunity and, like, just want to make people smile.
So, you know, looking back, being an upset father, why are you passing up a college scholarship to, you know, try and do stuff on YouTube? And looking back now, it's probably
Best decision I've ever made in my life.
Best decision he could ever have made.
Best decision he's ever made of his life.
Best decision he ever could have made in his life.
one of the best decisions he's made so far in his life.